What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, I have absolutely no idea what we're doing for the reaction today because we're doing another random number generated request. Yes, indeed. For those of you who are fans of random things, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bobbity-bop, do me a favor. Before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, well then by all means, feel free to click away. So the whole reason we're doing this is because I was given a request to do for the reaction for the filming for the month, and funny story, the video doesn't exist, and it was the only one. There's no other video of this reaction. There's no other performance of this reaction. This was a one and done thing. And unfortunately, the video's been taken down. So there's absolutely no way that I can do a reaction to this. Trust me on that. I'm not going to tell you what it was. It doesn't matter. It doesn't exist. It's not on YouTube. Trust me, I looked. So to fill the hole, to fill the gap, this is why I put this disclaimer. When I release my filming schedule for the next month, I always put that disclaimer. Card subject to change. Well, here we go. This is a great example why. So since I have this hole in my filming schedule that I need to fill, I am going to use the opportunity to give a random request a chance to go to the front of the line. So let's have some fun with this. Let's get to that random number generator. So I'm going to transition over and I'll see you there. All right, here we are at the random number generator. So from here, I'm going to give a chance to some lucky requester out there who submitted a request, who's, got a while to wait. Well, we're going to bump them up to the front, give them a little boost. Now, as always, I have some rules when it comes to this. First things first, if you're under 300, like if you're at 299 or lower, your time's coming up pretty soon. Okay, your request is going to be played pretty soon here. So I like to give the opportunity to people who are going to be waiting at least like 6 months. So well, the lowest I'll go is 300. The maximum, we're actually at 1,119. We're getting down, folks. The number of requests in the queue just keeps getting smaller and smaller. So we're at 1119 right now. So that's the max. I'm going to burn. How much should I burn? How many should I burn here? You know what? I'll fill those numbers in a second. Let's really have some fun here. Lowest number 1, maximum 10. Sure, why not? So how many burns am I going to have? Let's see. 5. Okay, we're going to do 5 burns. Cool. 300, 1,119. Okay, cool. So 5 burns. I'm going to burn 5 numbers, and whatever number comes up on number 6, that's going to be our winner. Let's see what we got here. Roll number 1. 355. They're not that far away. Burn number 2. 843. Okay, so about 2/3 of the way up. Let's see, number 3. Ooh!
Hail, Brack!
Hail, Brack!
Hail, Brack!
No, I ain't touching it. I don't want to upset anybody. 666. Very cool. Anyway, that's number 3. Number 4. 721. Number 5. Final burn, 372. Okay, so here we go. That's bird number 5. Here, not bird number 6. This is the winner coming up. Here we go. Drum roll, please. 358. Okay. It is. Listen, I wish it was a higher number, but 358, that's what was picked. So I will grab request number 358 out of the queue, and I will see you there. All right, we're back, and I have request number 358 here for you. We are going to have a debut on the channel, so I guess, yeah, it's her making her debut on the channel tonight.
Tonight!
We have Narumi. Yes, indeed. How about that? Narumi making her debut on the channel. This comes as a request from Greg Garvin, coming in at number 358 in the queue. Greg wanted to see me react to this. It is Narumi with a tune called Red Rabbit. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, hold it, this sounds familiar, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by Narumi Official, okay? And the video has 64,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. A link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Narumi Red Rabbit playthrough. Okay, so she's playing the guitar with the song, I'm assuming. Okay, cool. Red Rabbit from the album The Sea. So is this an original song? That'd be nice. I wasn't sure if this was going to be a cover or what. Usually when you do playthroughs, it's every playthrough pretty much that I've seen has been a cover, a guitar cover, so, or a drum cover. So this is going to be an original song that she's playing along with. Awesome, I think. And the album The Seed, I don't know if that's her album or not. I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out. I'm sure everybody in the comments will let me know and put me on the right path here. I'm sure they will. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Great bends. Really nice bends. chance, I'm gonna let it run. Harmonic, nice. That was tastefully done. Nice. Wow. Oh man, I was getting lots of different flavors in there. Little bit of this, little pinch of that, but all in nice ratios. Nice ratios. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Narumi with a tune entitled Red Rabbit. This was a request from Greg Garvin. Okay. This was interesting for a number of reasons. And I promise you, we're going to talk all about it. Maybe I should start with the score first. I think that might be a good idea. Because I'm sure everybody's just on the edge of their seats right now wondering, what score this is going to get. Well, let's get to it, shall we? I don't want to keep you guys in suspense. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 9.2. Yep, 9.2. You heard me. I didn't stutter. That is the score I feel this song deserves. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 9.2. What does that mean? Well, a 9.2 would translate to an outstanding, amazing, impressive scale rating because overall, I think this song was definitely amazing, outstanding, and impressive. It would also get 5 out of 5 stars and an A letter grade. So there you go, a 9.2, outstanding, amazing, impressive scale rating, 5 out of 5 stars and an A letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. I'm gonna start off in a really weird place. And what I'm about to say may upset some people, may trigger some people, and that's perfectly fine. Listen, you are free to be triggered. You are free to be upset. Then that's perfectly fine. But whenever I do a reaction to a playthrough, I'm always a little skeptical going in because I know how music videos work. I know how these playthroughs work. Now, sometimes playthroughs are actually legitimate, especially the drum playthroughs. You really can't hide that. But these guitar players doing these playthroughs and bass players doing these playthroughs. I'm not saying everybody, but I have busted a few people on the channel who, say their playthrough is live. And there have been a few that I've busted, and I've said, no, it's not live. Clearly it's not live because it, as much as you tried to hide it, every once in a while you lift up your guitar and we see where the input is on the guitar and there is nothing plugged in. There's no cable, there's no wireless transmitter, there's nothing. There's literally a hole where you should be able to plug something into. So I've busted a few, I have. And I'll put up, the funny thing is I'll put up my reaction and then I'll get a takedown order from the guitar player or the bass player because they don't want me to expose them. So I end up taking it down and say, okay, I'll play along. Still busted. I will remember those people, trust me. And they will never appear on this channel ever again. But it's happened. It's happened. And here's why I'm saying this. Because I really hope that doesn't happen here. This playthrough was not a live playthrough. There were a couple of times during the course of this video where she is playing when it's a front shot. It's not when you're looking at the neck or looking at her fingers or looking up the guitar. It's when you have a full-on shot of her from the front. Every once in a while, the back end of her guitar will come up. Hold on.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
So every once in a while in the video, she'll be playing, and she's playing, and she's playing. And every once in a while, her guitar pops up like this. Well, as you can see, there's the input right here, right? And as you can see, there's nothing plugged in, right? Guess what? In her guitar, every once in a while, when that would pop up, you'd see the input. Guess what? There was nothing plugged into it either. So this was clearly not a live playthrough, okay? This was her showing her technique, not in a live setting, but demonstrating the techniques that she would use, whether it be picking, fingering, tapping, bending, whatever the case may be, okay? Now, is there anything wrong with that? No, I don't have a problem with that. I believe it or not, I don't. My problem is when people say live playthrough. Now, I was going to crucify her, but I went back and I looked at the name of the video. The word playthrough is there, but the word live does not appear. So I can't hold that against her. She never claimed that this was a live playthrough. It just says playthrough, so she could demonstrate her techniques and stuff with a clear studio recording, edited with no mistakes. Obviously it's a studio recording, final press, and she was just demonstrating what the techniques that she uses in her ability. Okay, fine. I got no issue with that, believe it or not. I know it's a bit of a lip sync job, but like I said, she didn't use the word live in the video description. So I'm not mad at her, believe it or not. I'm not mad at her. But at that point, the video does kind of become an afterthought, I will say this. The techniques that she was demonstrating, that she was showing that she's able to do, her tapping looked clean, her picking looked clean, her pick tapping even looked clean. Her bending, really nice, good controls, what it sounded like. I mean, obviously in the recording, she could do it. And that's going to be a point of contention at the end of the video. I'm going to save that for the end. But from what we can see in the video, it looks like she has good technique. It does. It looks like she's a disciplined player, clean technique, very clean, tight picking. Everything looked good, okay? Now, having said that, the video now becomes a non-factor, okay? Let's focus on the songwriting and on the playing that was done on the studio recording. It was nice. It was impressive. It sounded great. And here's the thing, because I know the first thing that's going to pop up in the discussion. I know this is going to happen. There's going to be a few people in the comments who are going to be, how can you give this a 9.2, but you only give Polyphia, an 8? Polyphia is way more impressive. Okay. Number one, that's a matter of contention and a matter of opinion. Number two, one of the reasons why I was so impressed with this is she was showing off some great technique, some very clean technique. It sounded very clean on the recording. It sounded impressive, utilizing between finger tapping, sweep picking, pick tapping. It all sounded very diverse and very well done, very impressively, very fast, very clean. But here's the thing, and this is what Polyphia fails to understand. This had life. This had a soul. This went somewhere. This had a direction that evolved and grew and had a heartbeat. I have really yet to hear anything from Bolivia that does that. I was really picking up on vibes of several guitar virtuosos, and if you guys follow these people at all, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I was getting some Joe Satriani in there. I was getting major Steve Vai vibes. But I also going to throw another name in there. I was getting some serious Petrucci vibes as well. So John Petrucci. So between Petrucci, Vai, and Satriani, you take those three, you combine them in the proper mixtures, proper levels, proper ratios, and you get her. I could absolutely hear this being utilized. Any one of those three. If you were to tell me, okay, the only exception to this rule is that, okay, if you were to give me this song and say that's a Joe Satriani song, I would question it. I would say, really? That's Joe? I mean, there are certain things that this guitar player is doing that sounds like some of the things Joe would do, but I don't know if that's really Satriani. Now, at the flip side, if you were to tell me that this was Vai or this was Petrucci, I'd buy it. I would absolutely buy it, especially leaning more toward Petrucci. The tapping and the use of harmonics, that's really leaning more toward Vai. But the bend, that's what really impressed me, I think, more than anything. Don't get me wrong, the tapping was nice. The tapping sounded good. The tapping sounded clean. The sweep picking sounded clean. Everything sounded clean, but you know what really kind of impressed me more than anything else on this song was the usage of bends. And that's one of the things that really made the song have life and have soul. Those bends, the control, the precision on the bends, the selection of notation on the bends. Do we go up a half a step or do we go up a full step? Do we start with the string bent and come down? Or do we start with the string unbent and then bend it up and end it there? Or do we start with the string unbent, bend it up, and then bring it down? Just every decision that was made when it came to the bending sounded fantastic. I mean, I really dug it. And like I said, it's one of the big things, one of the big aspects that gave this song life. I absolutely dug it. I was very, very impressed by what I heard, and to some extent what I saw. Like I said, and I'm gonna wrap it up with this. Was this a lip sync, quote unquote, lip sync video? Yes, by definition it was. Her guitar was not plugged in. We saw several times, and God bless her. She tried to hide it, man. She really did, but there were just a couple of times where she leaned and you could see the input, and clearly there was nothing plugged into it. And like I said, God bless her for trying to hide it. But at the end of the day, here's the thing, and this is what I'm going to close with. Yes, she was demonstrating her technique of how she was able to play the song in studio. And there's my point. She's able to do it. She's perfectly capable of doing it. She demonstrated the techniques that she was doing, but we heard it in the studio recording. So if she's able to do it in studio and she's able to demonstrate it live, then there's really nothing to be discussed. There's really no question mark there. You know, clearly she can do it in recording. They did it. They got the recording. It's finalized. And all she used this video for was to demonstrate the techniques that she utilizes to produce that song. I got no problem with it. Like I said, she never claimed and never put anything in the title of the video that said that this is a live playthrough. Unlike other artists who have appeared on the channel before and will never appear on the channel again, because I don't want to get in trouble with them, because I don't want to have another takedown and possibly get a copyright strike or, you know, any other type of, or worse, get sued for defamation or whatever. Even though I was clearly showing with evidence that it's a lip sync job, even though it says it live. No, I'm not going to get into those people. They're honestly, to be perfectly honest with you folks, those individuals are not worth my time. So I will not mention their names or discuss them. But she never claimed that this was a live playthrough. So I'm not going to hold it against her. It was a very impressively done song. It had life. I was engaged. It was entertaining. And like I said, I was getting some serious vibes of, in particular, Petrucci and Vibe, but a little Satriani in there as well. I had a great time listening to this. It was fun. It was impressive. My mind was a little blown. Yeah, that was one of the things I was hearing. So yeah, 9.2. I feel good with that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 9.2, which is an outstanding, amazing, impressive scale rating, 5 out of 5 stars, and an A letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.